Hello and thanks for watching my reel. My name's Sergio Munoz. These video boxes here are all stories that I've shot and edited. Today I'd like to show 3 short pieces that I found very memorable in my career. I've chosen them by the story structure, content, and the impact they've had on me as a person. Here we go.
I enjoy working and fixing things and learning something new every day.
52-year-old Maggie Acaba says learning new skills keeps her young and fit.
Okay, if you can just hold it right here in the middle. Okay. It's a behavior modification class, and it's really taught me a lot, about myself.
Maggie says she's discovered she has a lot of abilities she never thought she did, including overcoming her addiction to drugs, an addiction resulting in her incarceration.
Now I think. Now I stop and breathe. What are the consequences going to be to my actions?
Maggie is one of 86 inmates training to fight wildland fires alongside LA County's firefighters.
They're firefighters, even though they're inmates. So when they say thank you firefighters, all these signs, these inmates, they take pride in that. They see that their work is being recognized by the community, so that's their way to give back.
But inmates say the core rehabilitation happens inside the camp itself.
Coming to prison for the first time and then realizing, the consequences of my actions, and then turning around and helping others, I really felt like I'm home in my own skin, like I have a purpose.
Laura is just as passionate about fighting fires as she is teaching her camp inmates life skills in her Getting Out by Going In, or GOGI class.
I just love seeing women who are given an option, given an option of knowing that we can empower ourselves and make different choices. We don't have to be stuck in that same cycle.
In addition to the work that Laura does in the classroom, she's helping build a memorial to firefighters whose lives have been lost here at her camp.
Creating this memorial shows how inmates honor and support each other and other firefighters.
We do try to encourage each other. Matter of fact, she's one of the better encouragees, but we do try to encourage each other.
Their shared experiences help them come to terms with negative choices they've made.
It affects everyone, my grandparents. The choices that I made that brought me here, have affected my entire family.
As part of the Camp 13 family, they create the opportunity to make a positive change. For LA Now, I'm Perrine Bakshay.
Typically, less than 1/3 of babies delivered at most hospitals end up in the neonatal intensive care unit. In contrast, 2/3 of the babies delivered at LA County USC go directly into the NICU. Mothers like Kat Lee are referred there because of their high-risk status.
While I was pregnant, the fetus didn't get enough protein in my stomach, so that caused prematurity.
Mother was born with single kidney, and during pregnancy she went into renal failure, kidney failure, had high blood pressure. Once the baby started to have problems and fetal distress, then the baby was delivered by cesarean section.
Jacob Lee Ho was born at just 27 weeks. His mother needed blood transfusions for 3 days, so his father stepped in.
Every 2 hours I went back there. They told me, okay, the baby is still very sick, and I was mad.
Little Jacobson was born weighing only 13.5 ounces. He's the smallest baby reported in the state of California's public hospital system. He spent the first 140 days of his life right here in this unit, receiving state-of-the-art care from the LA County USC's NICU medical staff.
NICU staff was great. They didn't give up. They fight for my baby.
You can be rest assured that you and your baby will get the best care, no matter what your status is. We don't worry about your socioeconomic status, we don't worry about insurance status. We worry about your health and your baby's health.
Because of LA County provide us with this incredible free medical for my son, I was able to focus on my son's well-being.
And after nearly 5 months in the hospital making miraculous progress, Jacob was finally able to go home.
I want to tell a resident in LA that their staff and doctors in LA County, USC, they are wonderful. They are, I say they are God. They're the one that saved my baby's life and my life.
For LA Now, I'm Amy Lopez.
David Tang Quan is preparing a lab sample of Candida albicans, a common fungus responsible for skin irritations such as diaper rashes and yeast infections, at the LA Biomedical Research Institute. David is researching Candida because when this fungus slips into the bloodstream of a hospitalized patient, it can become deadly with a 40% mortality rate. For the past 4 years, David has been working on developing a treatment that will help save lives. Just part of this 18-year-old high school senior's typical day.
That's what you'd usually do, right?
Yeah. For some reason that we aren't completely sure, Candida albicans is infecting the body of immunocompromised patients, and the body can't treat it, the body can't do anything against it, and I wanted to know why, so that we can better create vaccines and treatment methods.
David is teaching me how to transfer this yeast culture into a petri dish to study it, in the hopes that eventually they will find a cure for Candida in his lifetime.
Wow, these are the connections we can draw. This is where the impact is. And that's what's so exciting about research, is that you can always learn something new, and you can always apply that to your findings. Yes.
Even though David is your average high school student in some ways, his passion for research is earning him a spot in the biomed science halls.
I really see the lab bench to the bedside miracle that happens every day, of being able to see this is what we do in the lab, and then you go over to the hospital and you see this is why we do what we do in the lab, is so that we can treat these patients here and that we can help save those lives, we can help cure them. Getting really excited at the same time.
David will continue his scientific research as a biology major in college. He's had offers from Harvard, Princeton, and Stanford, but is still deciding what school to continue pioneering the field of infectious diseases. For LA Now, I'm Perrine Bakshay.